lives are not to be bargained for. How much would you pay for one more day with your loved ones? How much would you pay to protect them and their lives and their health? Is there a limit? Of course not. Then it's not surprising that the private healthcare industry squeezes us for every nickel and dime it can. I've got a terminal illness, and right now it's well treated because I am lucky enough to afford it. But across our country, there are millions of people who aren't so lucky.
Charlie?
Hey,
Their only chance
Dr.
to get
Anders.
care is to sign on the dotted line and make a deal with...
Sorry. Was watching something on my phone while I waited. Election's getting interesting, isn't it?
They usually do.
My wife likes her. Kendall Robinson. Me, I'm not so sure. What do you think of her? She's a patient here, isn't she?
I'm sorry, I can't,
The doctor-patient thing. I get it. But, come on, don't you get upset when she knocks on you guys and then comes here for treatment? She's right, the bills are high, but it's worth it for the best care in the world, I think.
Charlie, the antibody tests came back positive.
It's been years.
I know. But there is always a possibility of a relapse. It gets smaller and smaller as time goes on, but it never gets to zero. I wish you had come with Sarah today.
She's with Simon, picking up a Halloween costume. I'm supposed to meet them for lunch.
How old is he now?
5. Just started school.
He was, just barely 2 when I saw him last.
He was so scared of the hospital. Now he doesn't remember when I was sick. The antibody test.
No test is perfect. But yes, it is very reliable. There will be more tests, but we need to act fast. I recommend that we get started today, get an MRI and some blood work done. I don't want to leave you alone, but I need to get things moving as fast as possible. Maybe you can call your wife? Let her know?
Yeah.
It's like you said, Charlie. We're going to get you the best care you can afford.
Call her, Charlie. You gotta pick up the phone and call her. Pick up the phone.
Because that's how they get you. They don't buy you off all at once. They do it bit by bit, over and over again, till you're so deep in it, you don't know how you'll ever get out.
Knock, knock. How you doing, Charlie?
Excuse me?
I said, how you doing, Charlie?
Are you looking for Dr. Anders? Because she just...
I'm not looking for Dr. Anders. I'm looking for you, which is why I used your name.
Have we met before? You look very familiar, but I'm not thinking real clear right now.
Antibody test, right? That's a bummer, Charlie. I won't lie. That's a bummer.
Half a decade of yearly checkups. Clean every time. You think it's always going to be that way. I'm a father, for God's sake.
I wish you wouldn't use the Lord's name like that, Charlie.
What are you, the chaplain?
I'm Satan.
What?
Lucifer, Abaddon, Azazel, Lord of the Flies, Father of Lies, Fallen Angel, yada yada. You know, Satan.
Are you screwing with me right now?
Charlie, you're dying. Do I really strike you as the type who would joke during this sensitive time?
I'm just going to call for someone, okay? Someone who can help you get back to wherever you're lost from.
Should we do a little miracle? Speed things along? Just remember, only the first one's free.
What is that?
Don't you recognize it, Charlie? That's hunger. I know the drugs play merry hell on your stomach there. When was the last time you felt real hunger, no nausea, huh?
Wow. I am. I'm hungry. Jesus.
Charlie, I must insist you watch your language. Now, if we cut a deal quickly, that would be great. I've got a little bit of a timetable, and I know you don't want to miss lunch. So, what do you say? Ready to use that newfound functional stomach of yours?
You're Satan.
Oh, we're still on that, are we?
If you're real, then my soul is real, and if my soul is real, I would be a fool to sell it to you, no matter what you're giving me.
Oh, that old chestnut. Charlie, you think I would get anything done if I went around trying to buy immortal souls? That is way too labor-intensive. This is the 21st century, brother. I'm into big data. Apps. Got a really big presence on Twitter.
Oh?
It's the gig economy, man. Like Uber. You're not an employee. You're just renting your time to the free market, finding out what you're worth bit by bit. You get what I'm saying?
Not at all.
Charlie, I'm not going to buy your immortal soul. I am making you an offer where you will, in exchange for a small service rendered whose damning effects vis-a-vis your afterlife will be substantial but not necessarily definitive depending on your prior record and future behavior, receive a generous package of benefits.
You could cure me?
That would be a big miracle, Charlie. And you took big miracle off the table already.
I won't give you my soul. You won't give me the big miracle. But I can keep my soul, and a small miracle is still on the table.
In exchange for services rendered, exactly. We're negotiating like adults. I am prepared to offer you a whole year, illness-free.
A year? That's it?
That's it. You sound like that lady politician, always wanting something for nothing.
I walked in the door today with my whole life in front of me. If Dr. Anders told me I only had a year to live, I wouldn't be cheering.
You would if the alternative was 6 weeks.
What kind of year?
What am I, the ghost of Christmas yet to come? A year. Take it or leave it.
Then I'll leave it then.
Oh, will you now? Last birthday gone? Last anniversary gone? Or what about this?
Are we in an elementary school gym? This is your hard sell?
Be quiet. We're a year in the future. If someone notices us, it screws up the timeline.
Really?
No, I'm just playing with you. Time travel is expensive. This is your basic prophetic vision. Simon is about to graduate from kindergarten to the first grade.
It's really silly.
Oh yeah, it's terrible. High stress for a bunch of kids who barely know what's going on, parents at each other's throats, non-recyclable confetti everywhere. I love it.
Where's Simon?
You don't see him? He should be around here. Look for the tall kid.
He's not tall. No one in our family is tall.
Not yet, but he will be. He shoots up over the next 8 months. Do you see him yet?
No.
And you won't. Unless you're sitting there 8 months from now, nice and alive. That's what I'm offering you. Still think a year is nothing? Think it over, but not too much. Like I said, I've got a timetable here, okay? Charlie? Charlie? You know what? Maybe I was a little stingy. Not just a year, then. A good year. Any kind of year you want. How does that sound? Rich? Famous? Powerful? And at the end of it, who knows? Maybe you beat the illness you did once before. And if not, well, it'll be a hell of a ride.
What's the favor?
Is that a yes? All right, well, fair play. You know, there is no way to soften this, so I'll just come out and say it. I need you to kill a woman for me.
Kill a woman?
Yeah, a woman. Yes, Charles. Let's not get too high and mighty. You're going to be well compensated. A year of life, the standard rich and famous contract. Come on, you don't get that for running a red light.
But why me? Why not someone else? Why not you?
Me? Charlie, I can't kill anyone. I'm an angel. What I can do is a little dealing and miracling. Why you? Because I'm on a timetable. In a few minutes, a woman is going to come through that door looking for Dr. Anders. She's got a rare breathing disorder and is expected to die soon, which she will because you're going to jump her and no one's going to suspect a thing because of her illness. But the clock is ticking.
I can't be responsible for a woman's death.
Can't be responsible. Responsible? Charlie, you are a middle-class American man. Do you have any idea how many women you have already killed? Every gallon of gas in your tank, every swipe of your credit card, every stitch in the $10 silkscreen Pokemon t-shirt you bought your kid for his birthday has assisted in the death of some third world mother. But here's the thing. Up until now, you've been doing it by inches, by days, like a coward. But I see something in you, Charlie. That's why I came here in person. I haven't made a deal like this since I taught thimble-fingered Bobby Johnson to pluck an E minor 7th out of that cigar box he called a guitar. But something about you made me want to take a chance. Now it's your choice. Say no, I won't think any less of you for being afraid. And hell, I might even respect you for being the first man in the history of the world to go quietly into that good night. But let me tell you something about responsibility, my friend. You're not saving any lives either way. You or her, one person is going to die here. And only one of those people has a responsibility to your son, has a responsibility to your wife, and yeah, I'll say it, a responsibility to yourself, to finally get a little of your own out of life before it all ends. So what do you say?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was looking for Dr. Anders.
You're Kendall Robinson.
I am.
Oh my God.
You know, when I meet voters like this, I never know if they're happy to see me or not.
Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God.
Language.
It's all right, doctor. I've heard worse. But I know, if you're in this hospital, then we both know how hard it really is. And I promise, no matter how you vote, I'll put it all on the line for you and your family.
Code Blue, room 305.
Oh
Code
gosh,
Blue, room
orderly,
305.
orderly, orderly. A woman has fallen. Quick, take her to wherever it is we keep the dead people. Thank you. Oh, thank you so much. Woo! Well, Charlie, it was nice doing business with you. If you'll excuse me, I'll let you enjoy lunch with the fam.
Stop. We're not settled.
So untrusting, Charlie. Just give it a minute. Dr. Anders will be back, new test results, old ones were wrong, strange mix-up, no harm, no foul, and no modifying the deal.
That's not all. You said a good year.
Oh, can't pull one over on you, can I? Sharp as Bobby Johnson was. Well, what will it be? The money? The power? I assume you're happily married, but I can arrange.
I want to forget. I want to forget that. What just happened? I want to forget what I did and that I ever met you. I can't have a good anything with that memory every time I close my eyes.
No matter how many times I give that speech about responsibility, it doesn't take. You're a piece of work, Charlie.
Well?
Well, what?
Are you going to leave me hanging? This is so embarrassing. I know we've met before, but I can't remember where.
Could be. I've been lots of places. And I've got to get to the next one. Dr. Anders will be along shortly, I'm sure.
I'm such an idiot. It was here. Last year, when I came in for my checkup, we talked for just a minute right before you ran out the door. Just like this time.
That was the last time I was in this room.
Synchronicity, right? Maybe we're meant to run into each other.
Well, if so, Charlie, I guess I'll see you next year.